All right. Okay. Welcome everyone to this special workshop training on the stern truth and what might really be holding your business back. I want this to be a little bit interactive. I did this workshop live in Nanaimo a few weeks back. I've done this workshop a few times. I've changed it a bit, and this is going to be a special one. I do want it to be interactive. I do have a slide deck. I'm not going to talk for the full hour with the slide deck and you guys can fall asleep. No. I want you guys, I'm going to ask some questions. You have your notepad. Did anyone manage to print off the worksheet? No. Crystal's got it. Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. Susan, it's fine. You can use just a pad of paper. That works as well. The worksheet was there just as a guide because we're going to talk about 5 shifts and all that kind of stuff that's going on. Just see if people are messaging. Okay, you're fine. Okay, so here's the thing. I think I know most of you here, or most of you might know me here. For those of you who don't, so I've been in business for over 35 years, and I hate when I say that because I really age myself. I've been coaching, mentoring business owners like yourselves for the past 14 years. I also had a sign and graphics company here in the Lower Mainland of Vancouver for 29 years, which I just sold now 3 years ago in 2 weeks or 19 days. And I had that for 29 years. And I've learned a lot along the ways. A lot along the way, not just in my own businesses. I had I had businesses before my sign and graphics. I had some that succeeded and some that didn't. So I learned. I learned what has worked for me and also coaching and mentoring small business owners, what works and what doesn't work for them. Now, this is not what I'm teaching here today is not a system. It's more of a framework. I don't believe one system fits all. Everyone's different. Everyone needs something different. I think the basics and foundations are the same. And we're going to talk a little bit about that here today. And it really does center, just to give it away, around leadership. That's what I'm passionate about. And that's what the opportunity for each and every one of us to step into that real leadership role for our business. And I'll give you some more specifics and some action steps for everyone to take as we go through this and moving on, because you can sit here for the next hour. You can be vocal and interactive. You can be quiet. There's going to be a lot of people watching this as well who aren't able to make the live event. And it's great. I mean, there's no lack of, look, I'll talk about it later on. I have a podcast, The Stern Truth, Business Unfiltered. Some of you may have listened to it. You can listen to podcasts, watch YouTube, go to these webinars or workshops or whatever, read books, and that's great. And if you get some takeaways, like my late father used to say, if you can just get one golden nugget, it's worth it. But I'll take it a step further. One action step that you're going to take from this, or one action step you're going to take from the next podcast you listen to or book you read. Because there's no shortage of information. So I'm not really trying to give you more information here. I want this to be a discussion. I want there to be a little bit of transformation happening, but in the end, I want action. Okay, I want you to take action towards what you say that you want. So, question. You can put this in the chat. I'm going to ask. Does anyone else hear that echo?
The echo is definitely there.
Is somebody? I'm just trying to see it. I'm going to try something here. Okay. Oh, that seems better. Okay. Someone might have had me on twice. Okay, so here's the question. How many, in the chat, first off, put in where you're from. You can put this all in one sentence. Where you're from, what your business is, and how long you've been in business. So where you're from, you can skip parts of it if you want, but really I want to know what your business is and how long you've been in business. If you could just throw that in the chat, that'd be great. Don't be shy. And for those of you watching the replay, you won't be able to see that, but that's okay. There's going to be some other questions I'm going to ask for feedback on. Kamloops, telecommunications, February, oh, a few months old. That's right, Mitch. Welcome. Squamish, Mission, BC, consulting, 18 months in business. Awesome, Crystal. Uh, Susan, yes, Switzerland, living in Ottawa, nurse functional nutritionist, nutritional life coach, 5 years in business. Awesome. Vancouver, business wedding planner, and travel. Travel is awesome. Keep going. Just everyone coming in, just throw it in there. Here's a question I want everyone to think about. Why? This could be a show of hands, not a show of hands. Raise a hand if you want to blurt out why you started your business. Who wants to just Crystal?
Two reasons. I'm tired of having a job. I would like to get out of having a job as soon as humanly possible. And two, when I had previous businesses, I had questions I didn't know who to ask from, and I want to be that resource for other businesses,
Okay. Okay.
among
Love
other
that.
things. But those are the two main reasons.
Get another job. Yes, be a resource. Okay. Who else? Anyone else? Susan?
There, got it.
There you
Sorry,
go.
my audio is tricky. I realized that people have a lot of misconceptions regarding health and nutrition, but it was mainly due to my daughter's health issues that I got into it.
Okay. So you saw that there was the need resonated with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Anyone else? Sam, come on, Samantha, Paul, why did you guys start your business? Don't be shy.
Hi there, everyone. There's a whole variety of reasons. Kind of hit a bit of an income ceiling, I think. I was making good money, but still hit a bit of an income ceiling. Lifestyle wise, a lot of hours at work as a paramedic, and that really didn't see that changing it in the long term. And I really started to feel the need to be there at home to support Samantha and to be a better father. So I wanted to make a change. I found the opportunity in financial services, took a shot at it, didn't know if I was going to like it or not. Worst case scenario, I get a great education. But I ended up loving it, and it's quite fulfilling and powerful where we're able to help people. And I never would have thought it would have been, as a paramedic, I like to serve, and I never would have thought this would have been fulfill that need, but it certainly does. So yeah, that's why we stuck with it.
Okay, perfect. Anyone else? Anybody get into business because they wanted more freedom? So, I mean, Paul, you kind of mentioned that a little bit. You want more freedom, like freedom of time, freedom of income, like the ceiling, like freedom, freedom, freedom. Okay. It's funny, a lot of people get into business for that reason. Like they're gonna, like Crystal said, I want to get out of my job. I want to serve. But it's like really, I want to freedom. I want to be my own boss. I want to make my own hours. I want to marry Emma, right? You want to make your own hours. You want to be able to just do what you want when you want, and income is like unlimited. The problem is, for so many of us, the opposite happens. Income is lower and the freedom is lower because we're tied to the business. We're locked, and almost like for some people, it might not be you, but for some people, they feel like they're almost in jail. Even though they love what they do, they're stuck because the business is them. They're doing everything themselves. They're wearing all the hats. And they're actually like, I think in the E-Myth, Michael Gerber says, you end up working you want more time, you want more freedom, you end up working for a psycho boss who doesn't let you take any time off. And that psycho boss is you. But it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't. So I'm going to share a few strategies, a few shifts maybe in thinking that I know if you implement your way, what we're talking about here today, it will help you. But it is really a shift in our mindset and therefore how we show up. Many business owners I work with and that I meet feel overwhelmed, stuck. Like show of hands, who at times, like there's so much noise out there, so much information. Who do I believe? Who do I follow? Where do I put my money? is like marketing wise, marketing's overwhelming. Should I go on Instagram? But then they say Instagram's canceled, or Facebook's, for the old people, you got to go to TikTok, or now it's like this, or there's always something. Maybe should I hire employees or should I subcontract? Should I just do it all myself? Should I? Should I? Should I? And we should all over the place. We have to stop shoulding. I want to simplify things today. So, one more question, and then I'm going to turn it over to my slide deck, but it's still going to be very interactive. Show of hands. Who, and everyone, I know different parts of the world, different businesses at different stages of business, who finds themselves stuck at times in the weeds of the business? Yeah, a little bit. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Perfect. This is going to help. Also, at the end of, near the end of this presentation, I'm not going to say when, near the end, and at times, because people are watching this, I don't want you fast forwarding, there will be some fast action bonuses available, which you guys are going to hear. So if you're watching the replay of this, don't just skip to the end, because it's not going to be there. I'm going to mention it at some point in this presentation. And so you have to watch the whole presentation. I'm that kind of person. Sorry. Okay, so here we go. Oh, one more question. Show of hands. Who has sort of a whether 2-year, 3-year vision, goals? Who has goals for their business? Don't be, if you don't, okay, perfect. Whether you do or you don't, this is going to be helpful. So, can everyone see the presentation? Okay. Let me just bring up here. Okay, and I can see you. I have 2 screens here. So if you have any questions, please, I'm going to ask questions along the way, but if you have any questions, just raise your hand. Okay. So today we're talking about the stern truth on growth, but really what is holding you back, and more importantly, how to fix it. What I found is we get so overwhelmed, so confused, that many of us get stuck in the weeds, stuck doing the work, not knowing the path forward. So what I've come up with is something called the entrepreneur method. And what the entrepreneur method is, and I run a weekly mentorship accountability group called the Entrepreneur Inner Circle. And so the entrepreneur method has nothing to do with Ontario, Susan. Someone was a guest in the Entrepreneur Inner Circle, and they thought everyone was from Ontario. And it's like, no, it's not Ontario entrepreneur. It's working on the business, not just in it. And what the entrepreneur method is, it's more of a framework. It's more of a way of being. It's being that leader, looking at the vision, having clarity. And we're going to talk about some of this here today. So if you have for those of you good students who actually printed off the worksheet, great. You'll see different boxes with 5 different shifts. You can use that. If not, just you have the notepad. You can just make notes on your notepad. That's totally fine. You're not going to be dinged marks because you didn't print off the worksheet. It's okay. So I asked this a bit earlier. Show of hands again. How many of you feel like you wear too many hats? Mitch is like, yeah, hell yeah. Susan, okay. Lori, a little bit. Paul, yeah. Okay, so there's going to be an opportunity. I know, Samantha, you took a picture. So all the stuff, thank you. All the stuff that I'm talking about, all the ideas I'm talking about, make notes that resonate with you. Take a picture of what resonates with you. There will be an opportunity to have access to this complete presentation afterwards. Well, you're going to get a replay as well, but also if you want the actual slide deck. What we need to do is to stop being stuck in the weeds. of our business. And we need to start looking at our business from a 30,000-foot view and being the entrepreneur, the leader of our business. Otherwise, we're stuck in the woods and we have no idea. We're stuck in the maze. We have no idea where to go. So the first shift, I see this way too much. Give me a hell yeah or raise your hand if you sometimes suffer from this. This is a pandemic with a lot of, I know pandemic is a scary word, PTSD, but it is. For a lot of business owners, they get stuck in the employee mindset and not the entrepreneur mindset. And an employee mindset is when you are stuck in the business, doing everything yourself, not even thinking about the future. You're just doing client work. Just doing. And not thinking about the future. Just getting through projects. Serving your clients, which we all need to do. We need to serve our clients, whatever it is, whether it's a service-based. Okay, Mitch, I'm solo right now. Yes. You've not been stuck in the employee mindset. I'm always thinking, yes, I know you are an anomaly. Most people don't think about the future. So when you first start out, okay, and many of us in here are what we call solopreneurs, but you can still, and we're going to talk about that, you're stealing the thunder, Mitch, my thunder. Build a team. Okay, I want us to start thinking about building a team. We're going to get into that in a second. Okay, I want us to move away from just the employee mindset. For those of you who find yourself just stuck doing client work and not thinking about the future, not even thinking about who you're working with, just getting clients, just doing the work. More the entrepreneur mindset. And the entrepreneur mindset really is that working on. And furthermore, it's thinking about the future. Okay, it's the identity we have of ourselves. If the identity of yourself is, if you're a bookkeeper, if your identity is, I am a bookkeeper, that will halt your growth. If you want to grow your business, or I'm a virtual assistant. I'm talking to you, Naomi. There's a few actually virtual assistants who signed up for this. I think the rest of them are going to watch the replay. If you think of yourself as your job, it will halt your growth somewhat because now you're a position. You're an employee. The bookkeeping is your tool. The virtual assistant or the coach, those are all what you do to help your clients. But what I want you to think about is the company. You are an entrepreneur. You're a leader. What do? I'm a business owner. I'm a business leader. I have a nutrition company. I have a virtual assistant company. I have a bookkeeping company, a coaching company. I have a financial advisory company, as opposed to what most of us think our role. I'm a financial advisor. Some of it is semantics, but it's how we think about ourselves and our identity in the business. So I want you to think, even if it's just you, right? Like Mitch, I'm going to pick on you for a second because you were like all excited raising your hand and stuff. Before I even said that, if I asked you what you did, like what's your business?
I'm a business that handles corporate cellular packages. I handle VoIP, voice over the internet protocols, business phone setups, and I also do business internet. So what that does for a lot of the businesses is for the corporate cell phone side is it allows me to work for the client, not for the companies, because I have access to all three, so I don't have to play favorites. And then for the VoIP side, we have a server based in BC and everything is local BC based. So all of our onboarding teams, IT teams, feature support teams, myself are all BC based. And our server is also BC based. So everything we do is BC local. So
Okay.
that really helps clients.
That's perfect. So a lot of people would say something fancy like, oh, I'm a telecommunications consultant or a telecommunications expert. Now, there's nothing wrong with saying that. So don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with saying that. But when you constantly say it and you believe that that's what you are, you're no longer a company. You move away from the company and I'm a person. People are going to buy and connect with you for sure. But you need to look at yourself as a company, as an organization, even if it's just you, if that makes sense. And if I confuse anyone or anyone disagrees with me, for sure, if anyone's disagree, like anything, put your hand up, no problem.
Can you elaborate what you mean by that a little bit more?
Oh,
Sorry.
yes. So it's all about how you see your role. When you say you are, if I say I'm a coach, that's my role, that's my position, right? Um, a sport, like a sports analogy. If you're on a hockey team or something, what do you do? I play for, let's say, well, I don't play for the Vancouver Canucks. I play for the Vancouver Canucks. You don't say I'm a left wing or I'm a defenseman in the National Hockey League. Some people would, okay? Maybe not the best example, but you are part of the organization. Whether you're it or not, when you say let's say a coach, I'm a bookkeeper, that is the position you have. That is your job. That's the employee mindset. There's a place for that, right? That's what you do. However, you have a company. I own a bookkeeping company. I own a telecommunications company or whatever it would be, right? I own a coaching company. I own a financial advisory company, a virtual assistance company. It's a company, it's an organization or a business, whatever you want to call it. I'm the leader of that. You step into that leadership role because I'm telling you, the next shifts we're going to get to allow you to think more clearly then. Because you're not thinking as an employee, okay? You're thinking as a business leader, if that makes sense. Paul, you had your hand up. Did you want to disagree with me or push back on something?
Nope, you ended up answering my question. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, people. Okay, so I should look at my notes and make sure I'm not missing anything. Second shift, though, this is a big one too. These are all big, from confusion to clarity. Okay, so let me just make sure I haven't missed anything. The entrepreneur mindset is forward thinking. The entrepreneur mindset is strategic. It's thinking bigger picture. It's not just thinking about today, this week, this project. There's a time and place to focus on that. Okay. When you're the entrepreneur of your business, you do both. And then you build out a team, depending on what you want to do with your business. Maybe you have your team doing the in it stuff, or maybe you're going to continue. Like, I coach my clients. I'm going to continue to do that. That is in it. I'm delivering the service myself. I have some people behind me on other areas of my business that do things for me, like my podcast editing and so on and so forth. I've had people doing marketing for me in the past. So I could do what I do, but I am always an entrepreneur. I'm always thinking about the future and how I can be better and how the company and the organization can deliver more or different programs, different offerings. Being out there, business development, we're going to talk about all this stuff. That's the entrepreneur mindset. Okay. And it's going to, all this stuff bleeds over into one another, really. And it'll all come first full circle when I go through all the shifts. So confusion to clarity. Clarity is power. Simple. Clarity is power. If you don't know why, so if you have your pad of paper, what I would like you to do is write down, why do I do what I do? Okay, so shift number 2 from confusion to clarity. There's 2 things. There's the why. Actually, there's 3. two whys. So why number one, why did I start the business? Which some of you mentioned, we talked about the beginning. Why do I continue to do it? Why do I wake up in the morning and do what I do? What's my why? Like your mission. And this is not something that you're going to put on your website or on your office wall. I mean, you can, but it's not for your customers or your clients. They will feel it. You can communicate your mission if you want, but it's for you. And it's critical to be clear. You might not know now, but to get clarity on your why you're doing what you're doing. Because there's going to be some days that are just crap and you don't want to do it. You don't want to get out of bed. The weather's crap. The world's fallen apart, which it has for a while now. The government, tariffs, blah, 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 blah. Family sick, people, we lose people. Shit happens. I can say shit because it's my workshop. Shit does happen. How are we going to rebound from it? How are we going to get through it? When we go back to our why, it's almost like that's our home base. That's what will propel us forward. So I would suggest an action step moving forward. Spend some time getting clarity on your why. And there's going to be an opportunity to discuss it further, but spend some time to get some clarity on why you do what you do. And the what is, what do you want to build? What do you want to create? You could look into the future 3 years, 2-3 years. Some people say, oh, I like to go 10 years. Who knows what the hell's the world's going to look like in 10 years? If you want to have something in 10 years, great. Have it more of a general goal. But 3 years, it should be really clear. We need to work on something clear for you. What you want to be doing every day, where you want to be living, how much money you want to be earning, like revenue for the business, take home income for yourself, because there's a difference. Some people don't realize that. There's a huge difference, right? Who's your ideal client? Clarity on that. And some like Mitch, I know you started your business just a few months ago. When you just first start your business, you might try working with this type of client, this type of client, this type of client or customer. But as you grow, you will get clarity on who is your ideal client, who resonates with your offerings, with you, who you light up and would love to serve. If you could serve them without making any money, who would that be? If money wasn't an object and you could just do what you do for people, who would you work with? So spend some time figuring out the what. With my clients, I like to use something like a Netflix documentary. I think we talked about this in the Entrepreneur Inner Circle last week. A Netflix documentary, right? We all have watched something on Netflix before. Most of us have. So 3 years in the future, Netflix is doing a documentary on you. Lori, 3 years from now, Netflix is doing a documentary on you, your life, and your business. Susan, what's it saying? What is it? What are you watching? You're sitting back on your couch, you have your popcorn and your favorite beverage, and you're watching this Netflix documentary on yourself. What are you seeing back? It's a Netflix documentary on the success you have built, whatever success looks like for you.
Okay, for myself, yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
Continue.
yeah, so I know you wanted us to just do it on the paper, but I'll share. I guess just to have ongoing, consistent clients and business year round. And so with that, my income increases. With that, there's more freedom and financial freedom with the repetitive customers.
Okay. So thank you for sharing. Right? If you don't have it, do you have it written down? You do now. Write it down. Get really clear. Like, And what is an ideal date? 3 years into the future. If you wanted to do 2 years, if it feels closer, I just don't want you. We're going to reverse engineer it back to 1 year and then 1 month and just what we need to do. That's the next step. But it has to be far enough out where you're not holding yourself back. Like, oh my God, I can't achieve that in 1 year. But not too far out, it's like that you can't feel it. So, Samantha and Paul, you're fairly new in the business. I'm just picking on you guys. For all of us, like, what do you want? What is your what in 3 years? So you can come back in 3 years on a follow-up, or you come back and visit us and connect and collaborate, or entrepreneur in our circle, and you guys are in tears because everything is in place, everything is working. You're watching this Netflix documentary. Who are these people? Look what the impact they're making in the world is.
I guess in 3 years, ideally for us, we would have built out our brokerage, and our time would be, I guess, at that point, uh, more time spent in supporting our brokers and training our brokers and leading our brokers, and still having client interactions 100%, but some sort of a big split, 60-40, 50-50, just throwing numbers out there, where we spend a lot more time educating, leading, and training our brokers, I guess. And when we get to that stage, I mean, the money will more or less take to itself, but the short answer would be, I guess, that.
Beautiful. Write it down. Get clear on it, write it down. And here's the thing with the why and the what, and then we're going to move on to the third shift. Keep it handy. This is not something like another course or a book that you just put on the bookshelf. I'm pointing to my bookshelf, and it gets dusty, collects dust. Review it. The why, if you haven't done this before, here's a challenge for everyone. You all get a Post-it or something. Okay, I'm talking in my Southern American accent now. I don't think anyone's in the US here. Write down your why. Maybe it's multiple Post-its. Write down your what and paste it on your bathroom mirror or somewhere on your computer monitor. Just look at it every single day for the next 2 weeks. Try that. So, yeah, I've got to switch to the next screen. Clarity is power. What is your why and your what? And it's clarity in all aspects. So it goes deeper. Once you got clarity on the 3 years, we work together. We're gonna reverse engineer it on the clarity piece. 1 year, what does it look like? How many people do I want on my team? This month, what do I need to do this month in order to achieve the 1 year, which keeps us on track for the 3 year? This is all staying in that entrepreneur mindset. And we need to block time for it. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes because it's so easy to get caught into the employee mindset in the doing, because we all have to do. We all are going to be delivering whatever we're delivering. Okay. Any questions before I move on to the third shift? Okay. I'm going the wrong way. Why am I going the wrong way? Okay, hang on here. I'm getting there. Okay. Oh. Oh yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. Here's the thing. Getting clarity on what your sweet spot is. Talked about ideal clients. Just your sweet spot. That's another question to ask yourself. What am I really good at? What's my company really good at? It's all part of the clarity piece. Again, you'll have access to all this. Okay. Next, shift number 3. This is a big one too. Could be the biggest killer. Moving from being busy and drained to focused and effective. When we stay in the entrepreneur mindset, this isn't an issue. We are focused and effective. The last thing we want to do is what so many people do, and they have a busyness. Busyness isn't scalable. Busyness isn't productive. Busyness isn't a sustainable business. How many of you find yourself, well, how many of you resonate with this? At the end of the day, you're so busy, but you don't know what you've accomplished. Paul, you had raised your hand? Yeah,
There was a
I'm
question.
just saying no.
Did you ask me a question?
Well, you had your hand up, so you were just saying you
Oh,
resonate
no.
with it?
Wait, you asked a question, and I'm saying, yeah, I feel that way.
Okay. It's the key is not always doing. Sometimes it's as simple as being. Might sound a little woo-woo, so bear with me. It's not always doing. We don't always have to do more. Sometimes we just need to be more. Be more strategic, be more intentional, be more clear. Busy is exciting. It's dopamine, right? Having meetings all day, Zoom meetings or Google Meet meeting. Susan. Oh,
Okay, so it's just something you mentioned there.
yeah.
Personally, I don't know if this would help. I find having my phone nearby really distracting. Because I find you can easily go down that rabbit hole when you're talking about busyness. So I've
Yep.
personally found if I leave my phone in another room, I'm way more effective and focused than if it's in the same room as myself. So now I just leave
Thank
it in a
you.
completely different place.
Yeah, thank you. And that brings up a great point, right? It's the distractions kill us. It's the phone. Honestly, it's the other Facebook tings, dings, Instagram, this, that, the kids, the dog, the cat, the whatever, just everything. Crystal.
I found my previous lives, I've had many businesses, and one of them was an automotive electronics business where we did custom electronics that were not stereos, like custom wiring and engine management and stuff like that. And it was really easy to be busy because there was lots of things that needed to be done that necessarily weren't within the scope of my knowledge, i.e., welding. I don't know how to weld, but in the effort to get everything done as fast as possible, provide good service to my clients, and to be busy, I was like, okay, I should learn how to weld so I can do these things and get these things out. I realized that that would keep me busy. I couldn't do other things like get more clients, service clients I already had, get parts, whatever I needed to do. So I actually had to learn when to divorce my desire to be busy and to learn things and do stuff and hire professionals to do it who could do it better, faster, and more efficiently than I could. So
Yeah.
I think that comes into it too. Like you do wear a lot of hats, but you don't necessarily have to. And I know the financial constraints are a thing, but like when I learned that, things got smoother.
Yeah. I love that. And 100%. And we do need, so thank you for sharing that because we do need to stop. We need to start. Well, we'll stop first. We need to stop focusing on the draining activities and start focusing on the high value activities that will move the needle for our business. And ideally that energizes us. Yeah, I said that right. Okay. So here's something I'll give you as a bonus right now. It's called the energy audit. And if you want to talk about it further and more in depth, we can do that for sure. We'll talk about that later. But what I want you to do, and you can do this afterwards, but maybe just make a note of it right now. First of all, I want to acknowledge those of you that are on the call today. Just want to say that because there was a lot more people who registered for this because it's free. And I know some people registered, and I said, even if you can't make it, register because you can get a copy of the replay. So I realize that some people it doesn't work a specific time. Okay. But there are other people, and I know they might be watching. Maybe they're not even watching this anymore or watching this because it's free. I'll do it and they never watch it. And that's too bad for them. Okay. So that's why I want to acknowledge you that are here live and those of you who are watching this, the replay of it, for taking the time and not just talking about distractions. Oh, another free thing. Yes, I'll register. I'll get a copy of the replay, and then they never watch it. So that's step one. Step two is what we're going to do from it, taking the action steps. So grab a pad or on your pad of paper or your little fancy form. Isn't it so fancy? The one I gave you guys. Some of you didn't print it off. On the back, if you're using that on the back of it, just draw down a vertical line down the center of the page. Okay. On one side, write down energizes up at the top, and on the other side, drains. So energizes at the top of the page on the left side, drains on the right side, vertical line down the middle. Susan, you know where I'm going with this? I saw a smile, so I don't know. I'm trying to read the crowd here. My friends, every activity that you do in the course of a day, does it energize you or does it drain you? And if it doesn't drain you, one of the biggest questions is, well, what if it's like, neither here? If it doesn't drain you, both, yeah, 100% both. There's great, Mitch, great point. There are some aspects of activities that energize us and some that drain us. So here's the thing. If it doesn't drain you, something doesn't drain you, but doesn't necessarily energize, throw it on the energized side for now. And here's what we want to do. Okay, bear with me. And we're going to move on. Every activity that drains you. Oh, one step I missed. Then all the activities that drain you and energizes you, go through and put an R beside it if it's revenue generating, and the A beside it if it's administrative. Okay. Here's the magic. Every activity that drains you, that is administrative. We have to work to get it off your plate. It might not be today, but it will be tomorrow. We have to figure out a way who, how, what needs to be done to get it off your plate. If it's administrative and it drains you, and by tomorrow, I don't mean Friday. By tomorrow, I mean in the near future. If it's I know, and I was going to wait for it, but what if? I will when. I will when I have enough money. When I have the income, I'll hire. We've got an amazing virtual assistant in here right now. Sorry, owner of a virtual assistant agency in here right now. She can take a lot of those, Naomi, she can take a lot of those activities that drain you, put them on her. Activities that drain you, find someone else to do them. And we make a plan to find someone else to do them so that you can then focus on those revenue generating activities that energize you. Does anyone have any questions on that? Now, there will be some revenue. Here's the thing. There will be some revenue generating activities that drain you. And we're going to talk about that further, maybe one-to-one. For example, some people have said to me in the past, well, cold calling drains me. Or forget cold call, sales drain me, marketing drains me, but it's revenue generating. So then we need to have a discussion, what part of it drains you? Marketing simple. You can bring someone on your marketing team or a marketing team member onto your team. I'm not talking employees, I'm talking subcontractors. The sales aspect though, what part of it drains you? And I would ask more bigger, deeper questions on that. And again, you can bring someone else to do sales, business development, but maybe there's parts of it you don't like. Maybe you don't need to do that part. What part do you like? Do you like connecting with people? The whole point is, and I'm a bit of an idealist. but I'm not really a complete idealist when it comes to business growth. There are, especially at the beginning, there are some activities we are going to just have to plow through, right? But we need to make a plan. Here's the thing. As the entrepreneur, the leader of your business, we need to make a plan to remove those off of our plate at some point. And the more you can remove off your plate, and I'm telling you right now, if around the room, if we spend time and went around the room, there's one thing. Actually, I'm gonna quickly ask, what's one activity? Raise your hand. One activity that absolutely freaking drains you that you, Susan.
It's like the bookkeeping admin side does my head in.
Okay, why are you doing it?
Well, I'm starting to have enough that I think I could probably hand it over to somebody else. But kind of like you were saying at the beginning, like I've done mine on a shoestring. So at the beginning, like there's no money for anybody.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to try and hand that off.
Perfect. And I love that thinking. So the question I would have, and then we'll go to Mitch, is figure out what you need to do client-wise, right? Or mindset-wise to bring in enough so that you can. I mean, look, business is an investment. You're not always going to have the profits to invest in someone. But the whole point is sometimes it's a leap of faith. Okay. And it is an investment. There will be an ROI. Okay. Thank you for coming, Lori. There will be an investment. It is an investment. There will be an ROI. If you're handing off activities so that allows you to focus on what you do best, you're less drained. I mean, just imagine. Okay, Mitch, and then we'll move to the next shift.
My biggest drain right now is being found by clientele. So I feel like I've been doing everything from business meetings, like Chamber of Commerce, North Shore Business Improvement Centers, marketing every day, like doing out daily posts, asking more question related posts. But I'm still not getting people come to me, or people are even saying they see my posts and they think
Yeah.
that they should call me, but they don't. So every day I've been working on trying to figure out, and like I've been having places like Yelp or Yellow Pages say I got to pay for paid ads, and I don't think telecom is a paid ad business. I don't think people will search me to get a new phone type of thing through their business. So that's where I'm struggling every day.
Okay, thank you for sharing. So that is definitely a drain, a mindset drain. Okay, because you're doing the activities. It takes time. When I opened up my sign company back in 1994, cue the harp, I had retail space-ish. Well, I was in a retail environment. I had employees. I had this whole place set up. I had 0 customers. It took time. I had to pound the pavement. I lost money at the beginning. That's business. So it does take time. And the more we are consistent, if people are saying they're seeing it, Mitch, but they need to reach out, but they're not, just ask them why. Your stuff is brilliant. I love the AI stuff, actually. Those videos, they're really cool. But it is consistency. And people are seeing it. People, you don't realize that, my friends. If you're out there, people are seeing us. Sometimes we need to be a bit more bold, but we need to be consistent. Okay. All right. Shift number 4 kind of goes hand in hand with shift number 3. We got to move away from DIYing it, doing it all ourselves, to simplifying it. This includes building systems that work. Okay. Getting away from the drains. Now, getting back to the drain energy audit, the drain part, it's not just activities. So the dings and the tings and the phone calls, all that kind of stuff. The people. I'll go one step further. If there are people that drain you, types of customers that drain you, we need to remove that. If there are, I remember having a conversation with someone, and they had a friend who was draining them of their energy during the day that kept calling, and they wanted their support during the 9 to 5, like entrepreneurship's not 9 to 5, but you know what I mean, during the regular day, and would get mad when they didn't respond. And it was sucking them of their life. We have to set boundaries. It starts with ourselves, setting boundaries with ourselves. Okay. And then the people and pets around us. Sometimes the pets drain us as well because yeah. Mine's been very good. She hasn't woken up yet to let her out. She hasn't drained me. She's adorable. Oh, she did leave. Okay, anyways. But those are distractions, and that's draining. Okay, so moving on. DIYing it, simplifying it, wherever you can, automate without losing the personal side of it. So email's a huge distractor for people. How many of us live in like email, like responding back and forth, and the email like roller coaster ride of this email thread that goes on and on and on? It's like, you don't have to respond to people right away. Have an automated response. If you're getting a lot of emails, check it several times during the day. Block the time. Time block. Block a time for business development, working on your business. Block a time to check your email. Have an automated response just says, thank you. Basically, it's been received. Your email's been received. I will get back to you with the next whatever it is for you. 24 hours, 6 hours, whatever it is. It's a response. So people know you've received it. I remember when I had my sign company, we were so prompt in getting back. If we didn't, then I started to put an automated response in. If we didn't, I would have people emailing a second time and a third time, 10, 15, 20 minutes later, and then calling, did you get my email? Did you get my email? I have a rush or something like that. So then we changed it. We had automated response. If this is of urgent matter, please phone, blah, blah, blah. Okay, because most of the time emails that come in is just it's someone else's to-do list. It's the priority on their end. Now we want our customers, we want to serve our customers, don't get me wrong. But let's block the time to do that, because when you're dealing with a client or working on a project, whatever your business is, you're focused on it and you hear the ting or you see the thing flash up and you say, oh, I got an email. Oh, then you move if you have two screens, let's say, or your phone, you pick up your phone and you go, yes, Susan, I have my phone and still here, sorry. And you pick up your phone and you start responding. Now you're doing disservice to the client or the project you're working on, and your focus is broken. And it takes you, on average, I think the University of Stanford, I think, said like 25 minutes to get back into that focused, 100% focus mode. Okay. Stop wasting time trying to do everything yourself. Period. Again, it might not be today. I want you to think about tomorrow. Plan for tomorrow. Who can you bring on your team? It may cost an investment of a dollar value to bring someone on your team. I'm not saying employees. It could be a virtual assistant. It could be this, it could be that. Or be resourceful. Maybe it's something maybe there's a trade of services. If it's a marketing person, maybe Susan, you're a nutritionist, specialist, consultant, coach, all of that, right? Maybe there's someone in the marketing space who could use your services and you trade, as long as it's 100% balanced and the expectations are clear. Because I've had it gone bad the other way. So it has to be both people have to be in it and want it. And it has to work. And similar value, or you make it work. Any questions on that? Just simplify. Simplify, bring people on your team. It can be a coach, or a mentor. It can be an accountability group. It can be just other business owners, a mastermind group. Just to have people in your world, board of advisors. And then can be the specialists. like the bookkeeper, the marketing strategist, the coach, the nutritionist, the HR, the financial advisor, the virtual assistant, telecommunications specialist, all of this stuff, building your own network. So it's stop trying to do it all yourself. Okay. Final shift. I'm going to go through this one quickly. We need to step outside of our comfort zone. From comfortable to uncomfortable. Become comfortable being uncomfortable, period. You guys are here. Some of you may be uncomfortable speaking up. Speak up. Go to networking events. What's uncomfortable to you that will move you forward in your business? It might be the next hire. It might be hiring a coach. It might be hiring a virtual assistant. It might be hiring an employee. It might be joining a group, a mentorship group or a coaching group or an accountability group or whatever, or a mastermind group. Okay. It might be public speaking. So my big thing for 2026 was living in this shift. If an opportunity came up that was a little bit uncomfortable, but it was going to move my business forward, I was going to be comfortable with it. And the biggest one was public speaking, like in-person speaking, because this I can do all day long. So I've already done a few in-person speaking gigs. And they were amazing because I stepped outside of my comfort zone. I'm comfortable when I'm there, once I'm going. But public speaking is one of the biggest fears in the world. I think death and clowns and public speaking. I think in the UK, it's like clowns and public speaking. Mitch. Yeah, seriously, clowns and public speaking, I think, is in the UK is the biggest fears. Death is probably up there too. Anyways, so seriously, just get comfortably uncomfortable. That's where the power is. That's where the growth is. What is it you need to do, even from the drain list, to step into that entrepreneur's role to help your business get to the next level? Just a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe it's a financial uncomfortableness. Maybe it's saying yes to opportunities that just stretch you a bit, but will make a big difference for your business and your life. Just be comfortable with that. Whether you're religious or spiritual or neither, it's a leap of faith. As long as you believe it's going to move you in the right direction. Otherwise, no. I have a fear of heights. I have a fear of snakes. No way in hell I'm jumping off of a 3-meter diving board, 5-meter diving board, especially into a whole pit of snakes. I can't even forget that. I hate, yes, like snakes, no. Even just saying snakes, it's just like I'm scared. But I'm not going to grow from that. I'd probably die from it, but I'm not going to grow. Okay, any questions? Okay, time is really flowing. Okay, I'm going to just mention this quickly, and I'll stay on if there's questions and answers. Hopefully I have answers. But here's the offer for all of you. Fast action bonus. I'm going to go quick. Well, I'm going to review that. I don't need to review it. You got that. You're getting we've gone through this already. So, actually, what's important here is my favorite quote from John Maxwell. Your success is determined by your daily agenda. Boom. That's a mic drop. Seriously, look at your daily agenda. Look at it from yesterday and the day before, today and tomorrow and the next day. Is it moving you forward? Okay. Here's the fast action bonus. So here's what it is. You got two. First, business growth assessment. Opportunity here coming up in a second, I'll show you. If you want to discuss further any of what we've talked about here, or just get on a call, it's zero cost to the stuff, okay? One-to-one business growth assessment with me. There's an opportunity for that to schedule it. And we're going to look at your activities, everything you're doing, and maybe how to move forward or what it takes to move forward. You only have 48 hours though. Okay. So those of you on the call have 48 hours. Those of you watching the replay, you have till Sunday, June 14th, just in case you're watching a day later. So 48 hours, and I guess whatever that is, 72 hours for those watching the replay. Okay. And I'm going to show you how you can do that. You can email me or you can take out your camera. Oh, sorry. The second one is join us in the Entrepreneur Inner Circle. This is a 24-hour bonus. If you want to join us for 1 month, take advantage of it. In the Entrepreneur Circle, we meet every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, which is 2 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what time that is in Kenya. It's late. Okay. There's a QR code. You can scan it right now. I'm going to send a follow-up email as well with a link to it, but I highly recommend you take advantage of it. And it is limited, I should also add, because it's fast action. It's limited to just 4 people. Like for fast action bonus, okay, it's limited to the first 4 people who take advantage of it from this call. Question? Oh, yes. Sorry, you have a question.
Yeah, I'm confused between this. This isn't the same as the inner circle.
Sorry. So there's 2. Yes, there's 2 bonuses. There's the inner circle. I'm giving you two bonuses.
Okay.
You can take one or both. Inner circle is a weekly.
Okay.
Okay. And then the other one is a one-to-one business growth assessment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So there's two of them, but it's limited fast action and it's limited to first. I'll make it 5 people. Sorry, 5 people. You've been so nice. And there are a bunch of people watching on the replay. So yeah, for the first 5 people. Okay. And questions and answers. And then you can listen to, if you want more stuff, you can listen to my podcast, The Stern Truth Business Filter. Any questions? No questions? Susan, go for it.
Okay. When we did the line down the middle and we had to put the things that drained us and the things that gave us, what were the 2 letters that you told us? I know it sounds silly, but what were the 2 letters you told us to use?
I just love hearing your accent, so you can talk all day if you want.
R for revenue
Seriously.
and A for admin.
Yes,
Thank you.
very good. Mitch is my assistant.
Thank you, Mitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gang, we want to move away from as much of the unless you're unless you're Naomi, and that is her business. Okay, the administrative stuff is a big part of her business. And she does some revenue generating stuff too for her clients, but you want your admin for your own business, you want to move away from as much as you can. The problem here is if you love it, that's a problem. Some people love the admin. Okay. I know, Sue. I know. Some people love the admin and they'll use it as an excuse instead of doing all the business development-y stuff and the connecting with people, and they'll just hide behind the computer and just do admin. And Naomi's smiling. This is landing for her. And she'll just do the admin. And then she wonders. You wonder why your business hasn't grown. Gang, if you need to jump off, totally fine. I'm here I'll stay as long as you guys have questions, but if you have to go, thank you for sharing. Thank you for coming.
So how do I do the 1-hour meeting with you again?
Well, you can't now because you weren't listening, young man. You're a bad student. Forget it. No. I'll go back to it.
Forgive me.
You can scan. Oh no, I haven't done that. Here, you can scan this. I'm going to send a follow-up email, but if you want to be fast, really fast on it, just scan the QR code. Okay, I'll keep that up for a bit. Just scan the QR code. Naomi, what do you have to say? You've been very quiet, young lady.
I don't have much to say, Marshall.
You have a lot to say,
I will,
Naomi.
I will emphasize on the fact that you say that we don't have to wear the all hats. I know it has been draining to most of, especially business owners and founders. I have seen it actually, and it's really draining them a lot. Having a helping hand, it does not mean that you're weak on your business. It's just that you really need more time to focus on more important things to be able to manage and grow your business. Yeah.
But for you, that's yes, 100%. But for you, I know I was landing with you because that's your sweet spot. But how
Yeah.
do you, right, get away from doing some of it so that you can actually build the business? Do you block time? So here's the thing. We deliver our services. Your services are mainly admin and some revenue generating, but it's working with clients. We need to block the time,
Yeah.
right, to do this, to
Yeah.
network,
Yeah. Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
direct outreach for our own company, to work on our own company rather than just like here's the thing for you. Hire your own company.
Uh,
What I mean, I've worked with marketing strategists, marketing digital marketers,
yeah.
and they're great with what they do, but they don't do marketing for themselves. So I get them to hire themselves.
Yeah, that's what we do. You hire someone else to be able to bring new things and new ideas to your own company. So that's
Yeah,
that's what we do. We hire others. We also
yeah,
create more, yeah, jobs opportunities to others. You can't
yeah.
be able to do everything by yourself.
No, 100% not. 100% not.
Yeah.
Okay. Other questions? Bring it on. I'm at the podium. Paul, Samantha, Miriam, Crystal, any questions? Samantha, you have a question. I know you do. Front row. No? Paul?
I don't know if this is the right place for such a question, but I think one of the things that I'm always struggling with is how much time to spend on each task or each time block. And it never seems right. I can't seem to find the formula.
Okay. So that's why, if you haven't already, you're going to scan the QR code and we're going to have business growth assessment. We're going to talk
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
That's a great question. And it will vary depending on the industry, depending on your team. Okay. But it's really, really important, everyone, to block time throughout your calendar and make it as simple as possible. If you use Google Calendar or Outlook or Safari or whatever it is, make it as simple as possible to have. Like I have something called the focused five in a time blocking system. And it's 5 color-coded blocks that repeat throughout the week, every day throughout the week. I'll just give you this. I'm giving you guys extra stuff. It's still recording, so everyone else is getting it too. So I have a productivity block. I'll just list it out. Productivity block, a proactivity block. Okay. I'll explain what these mean. This is for me. Creative block, a me time. That's pretty self-explanatory. It's selfish. It's Marshall time. Okay. And a family time. Okay. Proactivity block, I've actually renamed to on it. ON, the on it block. So the proactivity block, the difference between proactivity and productivity. Proactivity is working on your business. Proactivity is business development. Proactivity is coming to this type of like a networking event or reaching out to past clients or past proposals, being proactive, sending emails out, right? Posting questions on social media, engaging with people on social media, proactive. Productivity is almost like, well, it's client work, doing the stuff, doing the dang thing, and then being reactive, responding to emails, getting shit done, but not necessarily the right stuff. I guess we're twice today, not bad. Okay, so productivity is responding. Different weights for different things. Okay. Obviously, Marshall time, me time. I have it blocked off. People cannot get me between well, normally, I'm in my me time right now. People cannot normally get me. You cannot book on my calendar between 12 o'clock and 1 o'clock Pacific. Because I have an internal clock that says Marshall's hungry and he needs a break. So that's my time. Take the dog for a walk, do whatever. Okay. And the creative block, I use creative block basically for creating programs, creating social media posts, podcast, when I'm creating new podcast episodes, that sort of thing. And then family time is self-explanatory. You cannot book with me between 5 and 7 p.m. at night, ever. Okay, that's my family time. I mean, there's family time, others, but thus, like calendar-wise, you cannot. And then the weekend, you can't block. Yes, Mariama. No, you're muted, Mariama. No, you're still muted. Nope, still muted. And I can't unmute you. Oh, there you no, you're still muted. Okay. Okay, if you want, we can stay. I'm gonna let everyone go. Is there a question from anyone else?
No, thank you very much, Marshall.
Okay. Thank you. Susan, thank you. Crystal, thank you. I don't know where Samantha went. Bio break, I guess. I don't even know what bio break really means, but Paul, thank you. And Samantha, thank you. Naomi, Mitch. Everyone else, I look forward to maybe seeing you in the inner circle, maybe seeing you in a business growth assessment. And we
See you
also,
Monday, Marshall. Already booked.
awesome. Looking forward to it. I also have Connect and Collaborate happening next week if you want to just meet some other business owners. Some of
No,
you
I
are
will.
already registered. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Technical difficulties from Mariama, but you can always reach out. Have a great week and thank you for joining us.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.